Hello and welcome to the show For the Ages. I am Diane Lang, host of For the Ages. Come and let's drink some coffee or sip some tea and we'll share some stories. The show is a community television show broadcast from here at ICRC Studios and is supported as an internet TV show on www.fortheages.net. Yeah, now we're going to ask some of our audience members to come up and just tell us a little bit about yourselves. So, Peter, since you were the first one here, would you like to come up and... Nice to meet you. And this is Peter Carels.
Peter Carels, yes. What I'm doing now, I'm retired. I've been out of the business of university professorship for a few years, and I was looking for something to do after that. And here's the organization, one of them, that I belong to now. It's the Drum Circle Facilitators Guild, and this shows this fellow playing a cowbell.
Okay, what did you do? What did you teach while you were a professor?
German.
Oh, German.
German language, literature, yes.
So how did you go from teaching German?
I developed a hobby, a secondary interest already back when I was teaching, and I couldn't wait until I could devote full time to it. And it has become pretty much a full-time retirement activity for me. Yes.
And what exactly, can you explain it?
Okay. I joined the Drum Circle Facilitators Guild in one of the first 3 years of its existence. It's a actually worldwide organization. So I've done drum circles with all kinds of populations, from little kids on through church group, school, up to aging populations and so on. But in addition to drum circles, there are many other things you can do with what we call rhythm activities, right, for different populations. And another group I belong to was started up a couple years ago in this area called the Music and Wellness Coalition of Greater Cincinnati. Yeah. I'm really stretching the term Greater Cincinnati since I come from Oxford, Ohio. And some people down here think that's halfway to the North Pole, but it's something that I tend to do in the Butler County area, but also in neighboring strips of the counties surrounding Butler County. So I have done things in Cincinnati as well. But what the coalition does is to help people who are interested in using rhythm activities with certain populations. And we're talking about elderly. I've brought drum circles. That means I bring my instruments into a facility and work with people on their territory, doing a drum circle with them. Drum circles can be this kind or that kind or another kind. They can be purely recreational, creative drumming. They can be more guided, facilitated. They can be very strictly choreographed, depending on what the outcomes are you're looking for.
Are there many people in your drum circle?
Oh, there can be. I prefer circles of 30 or fewer people. I don't really like huge, humongous ones. They're okay now and then, but for me, I like to have the personal interaction among the people in the circle. And I need a little time to explain that I'm involved now with something called Health Rhythms. Health Rhythms was a program started a few years back by some people out in California, and it's spread across the country now. I just got finished with a 6-week session today out in Oxford with people from different facilities in the Oxford area and our surrounding township. And Health Rhythms is geared toward bringing a community of people together who are maybe not even knowingly, but in search of some kind of wellness benefits from a group activity that they can all kind of relate to and find easy enough to do. And it's easy enough just to do a little body rhythm, right? I bring the instruments along and people overcome their shyness about strange instruments they've never played before, never seen before perhaps. And pretty soon, the instruments are the last thing that anybody is really thinking about. They're bonding in ways that they haven't before because they're involved in creative play and rhythm activities.
That sounds wonderful. I was going to ask you what people get out of it, but you told me. I have actually participated in a drum circle in Sarasota on a beach in Siesta Key.
I know that
as
one.
the sun was going down. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's spiritual. It's not just that, you bond with other people, but the feeling and the stress relief that you get from it is wonderful.
Stress relief is an important part of health rhythms,
right?
But it can be.
Right. I wish we had more time, and I hope you come back on the show again so that we can hear more about it. I would love to. Where can people get involved? Do you have a website or anything?
Actually, I personally don't have a website. If anybody wanted to contact me about health rhythms, especially in the northern area of because there are other health rhythms practitioners here in Greater Cincinnati doing, in northern Kentucky.
Okay.
I would suggest that if anybody wanted to contact me for any of these things I've mentioned, it would be best to call the Oxford Senior Citizens.
Okay.
And they can get the word to me. Okay. And that's 523-8100.
523-8100.
The same area code as we all are.
And Peter Carroll. Well, thank you so much. That was very, very interesting.
You're
It was
very
very
welcome.
nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, how interesting is that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I need to try.
Okay, Jan Welsh. Okay, would you like to tell us something about your business? I think we kind of know from the title, but what else
Sure.
do we need to know?
I am a geriatric care manager, and that is a relatively new profession. There is a national organization called the National Association of Professional Geriatric Care Managers out in Tucson, is where they're based. And there are care managers throughout the country that work with people related to aging problems. It's a little bit hard to describe what we do because it's very broad. But there's a term that a friend of mine, when I told her what I was doing, she said, "Oh, you're like a professional daughter."
Oh, wow.
And I said, that pretty much covers it.
That's really neat. Professional daughter.
Yeah.
That is
Now there are
really
a few
neat.
men in the profession too,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
But at any rate, what we do is generally assist people in matters of elder care. I would say probably about a third of the people we work with have maybe no in-town family. So they may have out-of-town family who call us their local eyes and ears. And so they want somebody to be able to look in and make sure everything's going okay, or to problem solve, or to tell them when a decision needs to be made, that kind of thing. Explain their options to them. We work with people in facilities and in the community. We help people stay in their own homes, and we help.
Now that's really nice.
Yeah. Now we're not a home care agency. It's different from that.
How can you explain how it's different?
Yeah, for example, if we saw a need for home care, we would recommend it, and we could find it and bring it in. And sometimes that's done through agencies, sometimes it's through private individuals. And we also bring additional care in to work with people in facilities, because sometimes even though they're in a facility, they would like to go out for lunch once a week.
Right.
So
Personal touch.
yeah, but we provide that personal match and monitor and make sure that that's all going okay.
Now, are most of the professional daughters, are they nurses, or they're just caring, loving people?
Counselors, social workers, they're professionals.
Okay.
There are a couple of certifications that are allowed and that are accepted by the National Professional Association. Social workers, counselors, and nurses are probably the biggest ones, but there are a few others accepted.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds wonderful. And how would someone get in touch with you or your organization?
I'll give you two websites.
Okay.
There's the National Professional Association, which has a Find a Care Manager feature throughout the country. The website there is www.caremanager.org. It's singular.
Okay, I'll
I'll
let you write that down after the program.
Okay.
And then and this is being edited, we could put any website anybody has up on the screen.
Okay, and then my own personal website.
Okay, I'll have you put that in afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Very interesting. Okay, Patty Grist, and you are Patty Grist,
Yes.
and you're with Village of Evendale Adult Services.
Yes. And my background with aging is all relatively new. My true background is through Parks and Recreation as Recreation Administration. However, about 1999, I attended a conference, and that's a time when we were reassessing the population and finding it was becoming very apparent that a good deal of our population was 65 and over.
Is this in Cincinnati, or are you talking?
I'm talking
overall?
in general, overall. And I don't know what it is in Cincinnati. I do know that we have several of them in the Village of Evendale. So the mayor and council felt that we needed to really address them. The recreation department is wonderful. Nice facilities. We have a good tax base and good, responsible people working there to use the monies for the people. And so they decided that we needed to take some of this funding and channel it into the aging adult. Our title is adult services as opposed to senior citizens, because we have no limit of age group after 21. So we've never had a 21-year-old in, but
So the adult services, this is in the recreation facility?
yes, we are
Okay.
housed in the recreation facility,
Okay.
and we're called the Villagers. Our motto is fun, fitness, and fellowship, and so it's my responsibility to take those three characteristics and employ them in programming. Now, I'm also working with primarily mobile, independent, many couples, but also singles that come down to the center. We do programs for fun, such as bocce ball. We have a card making group. We have Chapter 1 book club. We always honor our veterans through a dinner. Each year we have Halloween parties. We have a club called Playing Around, where we go out to other venues to see different plays. That's very popular.
That's cute. I
And
like that
we
title.
usually go to dinner. Recently, because we are finding that it's inevitable that some of the people are going to have to leave their homes.
Mm-hmm.
And the mayor and I sat down with this and decided that when they leave the area of Evendale, that they've lived in most of their lives and they've raised their children in, that we wanted to welcome them and make sure that they had membership in Evendale. So we have a